Hi, how are you doing, guys? This is Marwan. Posted earlier on the band Facebook page that we'll gonna update you guys, and first we want to apologize uh, for being off the radar for a while, and also not being able to post anything, or not necessarily not being able, but uh, we're going through a lot of thinking and also trying to figure out some stuff. But nonetheless, this is just I felt like we needed to update our fans regarding the band status. So, as you fully aware, the band hasn't been doing anything since we finished and released the album Gilgamesh. Uh, and the reason for that was basically not having the band members to practice. So I'm here to answer some questions to the best of my knowledge. And, like I said earlier in the post, if you guys had any questions or concern, just feel free to post it below. So let me just go ahead and, for the sake of the length of this video, uh, just gonna go ahead and explain some of these stuff. So basically, if we go back in time a little bit, the situation you guys asked multiple times about Tony, the lead guitar player for the band. What was the situation with him? And basically, what I can say is Tony left the band right after the tour. That's in 2011. At the time, Tony was living in Virginia already. He wasn't living in New York, so we had to go get him because we felt this as necessary to have like the original band members to play the first tour in the US, and so we did. But we really didn't expect him to stay in the band longer than that, and also, Tony has a different situation. I guess he couldn't really stay where the band headquarter was, which basically was between New York and Jersey, and also like family situation and whatnot. So we didn't really expect that Tony will be fully active in the band, but nonetheless we didn't also expect that he was going to leave the band right away after the tour. And really we maintained like really partial contact with him, just because I mean we assumed he's busy, and that's it. Like, honestly, simple as that. Uh, as well as with the other band members. So right after I guess the recording of the album, Firas moved. The bass player, he moved to Nashville, and we weren't sure like what was his next move. So we had like literally during the recording he had to come over, record some tracks, and leave. And it was kind of tough. And then I think he was also adjusting, but since then, like we didn't see much of him. And also like him move to Nashville was just like really, it was complicated to have him come over and play. And so it was really difficult, like to get him. I mean, we're a band, we like to practice and we like to jam, and also we like to bounce ideas off each other. And for us wasn't there as much, so it was really difficult, like either like to get somebody to replace him, which we didn't really necessarily want that, but nonetheless that was the situation with him. And as for Mar2 or Marwan, Grada, and for Mozart, basically it's similar situation. One guy lives in Jersey, and then Mo got this new job, this gig, and then like that required him to travel, keep on traveling, and he wasn't able to really commit to the band. And with Marwan is he lives in San Diego, so and also like for a job situation. And so yeah, basically it's either like they traveled, or just like life circumstances regarding financial situations or whatnot. And yeah, so that brings us to final equation, which was basically me and Faisal staying in the band. And as you well aware of, we did uh, one show, and that was, we felt it was necessary. We did with Mr. Alex Koenig and Jay Weinberg from Slipknot, and a bunch of guys, Ikilia, and other other great bands. And that was like a benefit show for people affected by the ban. Uh, and that was that actually earlier this year. And then since then it was like kind of like, what are we gonna do next? I mean, we played with the guys from Cicada, and we're so grateful. Great musicians, determined, committed. We just like, I think the biggest part of this band is the emotional part, which is like, we're all friends, we all grow up together, and we all come from same place. So I said it before, I was like, the it's like what makes this band strong. It's also its Achilles heel, which is hard to maintain a band together without the proper funds and resources, meaning making a band a job. Which I think this is a point of disagreement, because, as we well aware of, metal music is not doing so good, or rock music in general versus radio music, and there's just the industry. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. But like I felt like, I mean, just different opinions. I think some people like, would rather struggle. Some people like, just realistic, and so you cannot really blame anybody for it. But that's actually basically what it is. Now, fast forward, what's the future holding for Acrassicauda is basically, we still writing songs. I'm still writing songs, and basically. It's really hard to let go of the band. I mean, for various reasons, and it's always hiccup. But I think every band goes through that, and so yeah, definitely we cannot call it quits, because this band became much larger than what it actually is, which is a bunch of guys playing music and having fun, and it became more of a symbol for unity and freedom of speech, and companionship, and camaraderie, and transcending borders and cultures and religion and so on and so forth. So yeah, that was the purpose. It was an update. Are we planning, like, to revive it and start going on tour and releasing a new album? There's definitely thinking about that. It's just like, kind of like, caught in the headlights. You just really don't know. But the one thing that I know is like, I'm still writing music, and nonetheless, thank you guys for all the support, and thank you guys for your interest, and thank you guys for standing by us all this time. I mean, it's just basically me answering some questions that I felt like, we're obligated and to answer you guys, because we owe you a lot. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, I was just going through like some practice sessions, so I'm gonna leave you also like with a song that we did a while ago, and I think it's great. So, hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, any questions, any concerns, please shoot below in the comment. Thank you, and have a great Sunday. Cheers.
storm.